barbudos, carajo. Hace ya 500 años, carajo. Vinieron blancos barbudos, carajo. Trajeron cruces y espadas, carajo. Para robarnos el oro, carajo. Trajeron cruces y espadas, carajo. Para robarnos el oro.
Únete pueblo, únete a luchar ante este gobierno antipopular. Quieren los almacenes, señores, quieren, no respondemos, señores, súmense a la causa. Que el pueblo está de pie de lucha, aunque llueva, aunque tronee, aunque nos moramos, aunque estén muertos, no nos matarán, peor de hambre. Estamos de pie de lucha, compañeros.
El sistema económico prácticamente es el combustible, ¿no? Entonces haber una inflación ahí, una inflación más alta de lo normal, entonces va a generar el alza también de los costos para producir, es decir, si los campesinos que producen van a salir en contra, porque no va a ser rentable, incluso no es rentable el negocio de los campesinos, sino que
se ven obligados a hacerlo.
Los costos suben y las ganancias bajan. Y lo mismo del transporte, o sea, es decir, todo va a subir de una manera drástica.
Y bueno, aquí, mis abuelitos también son de Quime, pero ellos son de Rumipamba.
Ah, ya.
Ahí igual siempre hemos vivido del cultivo, del pasto, de lo que se siembra, de los animales.
Sí, de la agricultura. Nosotros vivimos trabajando, ¿no? Siempre, desde cuando ha sido la opción de uno trabajar la agricultura y seguir ahí dedicado a eso.
¿Y cómo describirías tú que es el estado actual en términos de arquitectura y urbanismo a todas las zonas rurales, al menos de toda la parte de la meseta andina?
Mientras más arriba hay menos arquitectura.
¿De Bayo?
Seguimos hasta hoy trabajando, cultivando para servir así, digamos,
Para los que viven en la ciudad, básicamente sí, los productos que salen de aquí.
Salen de aquí, salen los productos y de eso se vive.
Estamos por una sola causa de la resistencia, compañeros. Hasta que ganemos hasta Quito. También lucharemos hasta las últimas consecuencias por el bien de todos, compañeros, por el alto costo de la vida. Ya que este gobierno nos mintió con 1.000.000 de empleos, libre ingreso a las universidades, pero nada, señores, ha cumplido este gobierno. Es lo único que nosotros reclamamos, que nos deje lo que él ofreció.
So yeah, this is my country now. This is where I live. This place for decades has always been this way.
Ganamos de quiebra, digamos, hemos pensado cultivar, o sea, tener los animalitos, las vaquitas, pensando porque los productos también muy baratos, estaba más antes y sigue barato, o sea, no hay mucho, digamos, seguridad en la agricultura, si sembramos papas, baja, choclos, baja, así, y no repuestan ni el trabajo,
Ni
la inversión, no.
Claro, o sea, no se tiene nada asegurado, ¿no?
No.
Y
entonces, en ese sentido, ahorita pensábamos a ver cambio así, que tener las vaquitas y con la leche baja que están pagando 25, 28 centavos.
But how did we get here? Please come with us and we will try to find an answer. Riobamba is a medium-scale city in regional terms and stands out mainly for having been the first colony founded in Ecuador once the Spanish arrived and conquered this land.
De la costa venía el espóndilus, venía la coca, la sal. Y el tambo es un sitio de descanso, una palabra quichua. Que estos sitios estaban en el Capagñán, que es el principal camino de los incas desde el Cusco hacia los extremos del Tahuantinsuyo, en nuestro caso hasta la frontera con Colombia. Y el tambo que conectaba a estas rutas era el tambo de Chuquipoyo, que estaba en el Capagñán, en la parte este del Chimborazo. Pero desde ahí había un ramal hacia la costa del Ecuador. Y lo interesante de este tambo es que estuvo en uso durante los uruguayes, hace 500 años antes de Cristo, durante los incas, que los españoles usaron hasta 1908. Y en épocas republicanas siguieron utilizando porque era el único camino oficial entre Quito y Guayaquil. Y este camino y el tambo usaron hasta 1908, cuando se acabó de construir el ferrocarril de Quito a Guayaquil.
Around the year of 1534, the city was a new invention whose only events worthy of stepping on the streets were going to be first-class white citizens. Indigenous and peasants were not allowed to enter the parks, and the plaza was born for the need to do business and commerce. People used to be forced to pay taxes with their own harvest as a tribute to the owner of the hacienda in exchange for a plot of land and a hut.
Fue realizada con muros de tapial. Esto es hecho con el mismo tipo de suelo que tenemos aquí, nada más que excavado un poco más al fondo. La vegetación ha terminado por cubrir por completo a la cimentación y vemos que tiene alguna clase de hongos. La cimentación ya no sirve, pero sigue en pie a pesar de que toda esta vegetación termina casi por cubrir al muro. Es un auténtico muro verde. El interior es bastante simple. Podemos ver que es un solo ambiente en el cual tenía que el hombre hacer todas las funciones que hoy en día cumple una casa. Bastante austero, ¿eh? Seguramente con el tiempo debió haber ido cambiando su uso. Debió haber sido corral para animales, pero antes de eso también se servía únicamente como una bodega para guardar los granos o la cosecha. Pero no me sorprendería si originalmente esta edificación realmente vivía una familia aquí.
Those who did not want to serve on the haciendas sought to make their own communities, going deeper and deeper into the Andean moors, and with it, social spatial segregation and dispersion grew more and more. In a search for better opportunities, the generation that were born in the most remote communities in the countryside had to reach the largest and most developed towns to be able to access to education, health, and commerce.
Esto es lo que se denominaría un centro poblado, un lugar con una acumulación de viviendas aledañas o de edificaciones aledañas y que de alguna forma empiecen a querer consolidarse como barrios.
The advantages of living in a place that offers all of those kinds of facilities was clearly a benefit, and so began the largest and most disorderly process of urban expansion that the city has experienced since its creation in the late 18th centuries, and it lasted until today. Illegal settlements, land speculation, among other social and urban conflicts of each generation, has been the result of the urban sprawl that the cities has, while in the countryside the communities tend to disappear in population because their inhabitants are in many cases older adults living in a condition of poverty and extreme poverty. Well, hi everyone out there. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Hernan. I'm here to present you a problem, and also I will be offering a solution. All of this would be not possible with the help of you, the members of the mission that we have called as Mision Arquitectura. And this is an idea that I want to present to all of you, to the people for the mission and also for the people of Cardano, which I'm searching to merge the technology and the fundamentals that the Web 3.0 and also the blockchain ecosystem, all the benefits that these systems have, to bring here to the local community and start generating new projects. Because, you know, here in Ecuador, among all the rural territories, we have a similar situation in where, at least in the place where I live, which is called Chimborazo, 40 out of 100 people that live in the rural areas, they're living with less than $3 per day, which makes it almost impossible to even thinking about hiring some professional services for construction or for designing or for 3D modeling, etc. So there's an unsatisfied market there, but they most of the times do not have the capabilities of the liquidity necessary to get all its needs covered. And for that reason, we need a new way to generate and transfer value, to bring external monetary value and put it here into local ecosystem that is prevalent. But this is a really difficult problem to solve, and you know, we cannot just go constructing and giving houses for free. That is just not available. But what we can do is to bring a bunch of people that they want to help just for the fun of it, just for the sake of it, to those people who are really in need, because there are plenty of people that cannot afford the typical prices of professional services. But the really important question here is, how do we solve that? And I do not have an absolute answer for that, because every scenario is different, every situation has its own dynamics, and it'll be really difficult to solve a generalized problem like that. But if we start small, like if we start just from one unit and then we go to the next one and so on and so on, we have the hope that hopefully someday we will reach a critical mass in thinking that later will spread across all the communities. And the basic idea here is that we want to create a web page. If we get to create the app or a web page that will be able to serve us as a way to find families or people that are truly in need And we can find designers, we can find builders, and also we can find even professionals who would be willing to help, putting their effort, their time in helping others, and also we can do volunteers camps, and that is another way that we could find a sustainable model in terms of economics. But also we want to create our own token, which the name is Cuna. Cuna in Quechua means dar, which means to give. The very nature of this token will be giving, just keeping in mind that you're giving without expecting anything in return. That was the philosophy when we started this group, and we are still maintaining this idea that we want to help just because we want to help it, because we want to use our talent, our time, to make this place a little bit better at least. And if we get to create our own token, that will help us to go out there and educate people on these technologies, about how to create a wallet, what is the seed, and also how you can do things like staking or open liquidity pools, to raise funding, and also go search for these projects that needs our help, and we will be financing part of the operational costs, materials, or pay salaries, whatever. And we need a collateral for the token that we are proposing, and that collateral is gonna come for the use that people in the community tend to give to this token, which initially will be used as a mechanism for giving incentives, and where we'll be giving Cuna tokens just for free. We pretend to go to high schools and educate students that are about to graduate, because they do have the knowledge necessary, or the device needed, to receive these Cuna tokens. And that is what we try to do, and at the end we expect that the whole data ecosystem will be adopted, and all of the benefits that we could get out of this token will be used to fund, to give funding to our cause, which is to rescue the most prevalent needs in terms of architecture in rural areas. And also we will be launching our own line of products. We are starting small, but we will be dedicating our time as well to produce interior decoration. We have started by gym equipment, dumbbell. I believe the translation is dumbbells, the mancuernas, which you exercise yourself. And all of the income coming from crypto purchases, 100% of that income will be used as fuel to collateral to Cuna token, which means that if we sell more physical items or even digital items, all of the income coming from crypto assets will be used as fuel to collateral to our token. And that way, hopefully with time, our Cuna token will be worth it something at least, and we can bring a new external value to the local community, and that is at the end what we want to do. And we could construct that web page, or the app that will be in charge of merging all these people that are in need, but also those who want to help. And we will be launching social interest goals, like the one that we did, just like a proof of concept. But also we need some more mechanisms to raise funding and to complete all different projects.
He visto, ya me gusta lo diferente, lo bonito, y lo económico. Yo gracias, Hernán, a cada una de las personas que estén participando o que tengan una idea, yo les agradezco de corazón porque es algo que yo he soñado desde antes y yo sé que se va a cumplir. Yo tengo en la mente, yo tengo ese positivismo que va a ser bonita la casa. Gracias, Hernán.
Más bien, gracias por la postura y bueno, muchachos, a la final será Susi quien decida sobre todo nosotros, pero siempre creo que si trabajamos en equipo y si llevamos a nivel de detalle cualquiera de estas cosas que presentemos, yo creo que sí podremos salir con ese objetivo, así que muchachos, les cedo la palabra a quien quiera. Fernando, buenos días.
Tal vez en esta parte de acá arriba, en la puerta más alta, pensamos era esta casa entre muros del borde, un poco por el sistema constructivo, ¿no? Interesante que aplicaba los gemelos, un dormitorio máster.
Y estos muros nos van a ayudar a cargar también la cubierta de manera transversal. Entonces,
bueno, ¿verdad? Creo que en este proyecto es bastante importante empezar por los puertos. No, yo solo por mi parte felicitarte.
So at least for my part, you have all of my will to commit myself to a greater purpose, which is to make this world a little bit better. And that is because I have lived that situation, and I know how difficult it is to do not have even access to drinkable water or appropriate bathroom or whatever. And yeah, the conditions there are really, really bad. And I think that we are in a point in history where we can end that as a society. But we need to work, and we need to work a lot, because at the end, I believe is a great way to spend our time. At the end, I'll be happy to see what we have accomplished. So that's basically it, and thank you all, and God bless us all. See you next time.